Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Full Court Cleveland presented by FanDuel. We're live on the Big Play Sports Network dealing with another case of load management. We're hoping we don't get a letter from the commissioner. We found, and we would like to thank not only all of you for tuning in, but we would like to thank whoever worked on the Lost and Found. We have found my good friend Sam Amico. How are you, Sam?
I'm good. I got a little load management in last week, and now I'm recharged and refreshed. And you know what? I appreciate seeing you even more than usual.
Bobby Gibson is he is with license, no? He's not AWOL.
Right.
He is doing also load management. You know, we have to kind of give everybody rest because we gotta also manage egos here in this show. So I'm Rafa and Sam are gonna be here always producing. Ryan is on the other side of the glass. And here we are with another episode of Full Court Cleveland, where we're going to be talking about Cavs headlines. Obviously, we always break down our headlines from the wine and gold. We have a new jersey introduced, this City Edition jersey that will be part of our ranking presented by Garage Beer. I think now that Booby's not here, Sam has a whole runway that we have here at the airport to just go. There's only 8 City Edition that you can pick from. Yeah. But that's going to be our power ranking. And also we'll take a look at what's going on around G Association. Still, Booby has not gotten the car back, so we're still working around the association. But first, the Cavs beat Miami on the second of, not back-to-back, but a long away stand in Casella.
I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Keep changing the name.
It takes me a while to spell
Miami.
it.
It's not Miami Beach, by the way. It's in Bayside. So that's what the Cavs were, and they were down a ton of players. No Donovan Mitchell for rest. No Evan Mobley for rest. No Jalen Tyson for a concussion he suffered on the first game. And no Darius Garland, which is the most alarming one for the Cavs. But, Sam, it has to be considered an impressive win for the Cavs, not only because they were shorthanded, but also because they show a little depth in that guard position.
That was a big key, was the way the guards played, along with the fact that, Miami led for 37 minutes of that game, and then, I don't know, what was it, with like 3 minutes left, Eric Spoelstra just waved the white flag. So the fact that they not just turned it around, but in the manner that they dominated once they did turn it around. And Craig Porter Jr. played the game of his life. It was a all-around performance, and that's kind of the growth that the Cavs had been hoping to see. They're getting that from guys like Craig Porter Jr. and obviously Jalen Tyson didn't play that game, but Tyrese Proctor. I mean, who would have thought the second-round pick would be, a part of a rotation, very important part of the rotation. So this all bodes well for down the road, the fact that you're able to rely on some of these younger guys who don't have the experience.
And one of the things we have talked about here in the broadcast is how we needed to see something the Cavs didn't experience last season, which was adversity. We had such a straight line. Yeah. Every time I go visit my students, I always say, success is not a straight line. You got to go up and down. Well, the Cavs had success last year. Yeah, they hit a couple of bumps in the road, but it really wasn't something. I'm not saying that we are enjoying the lessons, but the losing, but it's lessons. I always say wins and lessons. And also yesterday we had to see some guys in display. And just to give you some of the lines that were at least really amazing to me, Craig Porter Jr. coming off the bench, a plus 21, 19 points on 7 for 12. From the floor, 3 for 3 from deep. Not only that, but he had 4 rebounds, 2 of them offensive, both in the same play, and 9 assists and 4 block shots. This is a dude that not many people know. Wichita State,
yep.
Not many people know that he led his team his senior year in scoring.
I believe it was rebounding.
And blocks.
Yeah, and block shots.
From the point guard position.
Yeah.
And he has shown that consistently, and I was so happy to see, even though he won't admit it, that I was tipped on the fact that he's what's it called? What do you call the guys that are fans of Kelsey's girlfriend?
Swifties.
He's a Swiftie.
All right, I'm a Swiftie.
Huh?
It's his fiance.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. She got a ring over the fiance. She went from being a girlfriend to a French word. I don't know. What do I know? Well, he's a Swiftie.
He's a Swiftie.
Yeah, I just never. I don't know her music, so
Me
he won't
neither.
admit that, but he is. But he had an amazing game last night.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think with Craig Porter Jr., the one thing that we've seen is he's kind of been thrust into this role regularly. You know, with in the past 2 years with Darius Garland when he's out, or when Craig Porter Jr. has kind of been the third string guy. But now, because he does so many things well, a lot of guys that are coming off the bench and that are young, they have to have a niche.
Yeah.
Well, Craig Porter Jr. does everything well. Well, the play that impressed me the most in Miami, aside from the block shots and all that, was the Cavs scored, and Miami went to casually inbound the ball, and Craig Porter Jr. stole it and laid it in. I mean, so
he had like 11 deflections.
Yes, and those kind of plays really start to build momentum for the whole team. So, because everybody else is seeing Craig Porter Jr. do this, and they're like, "Wow, this guy has not given up yet." So, he's really been an amazing find for them. Yeah. For a guy who was not drafted, and came from I don't want to call Wichita State a mid-major, but they're kind of on that line.
One of those surprises teams.
Right.
They have grown a lot lately, but yeah.
No, Fred Van Vliet is from Wichita State. So, but beyond that, do we know anybody else who's from Wichita State in the NBA? Probably not. So
I love their mascot.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Well, going way back, the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel was a Wichita State shocker.
But he also had 3 steals. And what I like the most about that performance is that he still played his position of being the point guard, being the floor general. 9 assists in a game where you scored 19 points and you're a plus 21 when you're on the court off the bench. It is something very welcome because the Cavs have had some injuries to start this season, so the bench has been affected. We have lost some of those battles, especially with the team that is starting that 6-game homestand in Toronto. We got trashed by their bench, and that was something that we couldn't compete with. And now you can see these guys getting consistent minutes thanks to the bad luck from some others.
Yeah.
And I think another thing I love to watch, Sam, and I don't know if you're in the same position that I am, but Jared Allen took the situation, and it wasn't like next man up, but it was like it's my time.
Yeah.
And with all these power shooters and scorers out, this is my time to carry these guys. And I mean, he came out with a 30-point game and really like made his presence felt.
You see, when there are guys like Donovan and Evan and Darius out, whoever's out, you always see one of the other veterans say, "Okay, I've got to take this over a little bit. I'm the guy that's the starter and the guy who's kind of, they're going to rely on me more." And I really like how Jarrett just took the Bulls by the horn there and looked like, hey, this is your NBA Eastern Conference starting center in the All-Star game, the way he played that game. So, it shows how much that these guys sacrifice individually so they can win, because now we know Jared Allen, when needed, he can get 30 points and however many rebounds he had last night, which I'm not sure how many that was, but was it like it was double figures? I'm pretty
12,
sure. Yeah. So, we know he's had that capability, but when Donovan and Darius and Evan are out there, he doesn't need to do that as much. He defends the basket. So anytime you have a situation like that, it's good to know the Cavs really have veteran guys who can play that, hey, I'm the all-star tonight kind of role. DeAndre Hunter as well.
Yeah. DeAndre Hunter had also a good night, and this is when the latter-day sniper went 1 for 8 from deep, and still the Cavs continue that record-breaking streak that they have now. They own the record in the NBA for most consecutive games, scoring at least 10 triples. We're going to come back. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to go over the longest homestand of this season that starts tonight, I will speak, against the Raptors when we come back here on Full Court Cleveland. Sam and Rafa back with you on Full Court Cleveland. Ryan on the other side of the lens, and Booby was busy doing something with his kids. He's an assistant What is he now?
I think he's the general manager
Ooh.
of the Richmond Heights
That's like
basketball.
more like front office. I thought he was
Yeah.
more like a.
He's running things.
Well,
and they're still very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's boobies. Booby has only one advice to all these kids: shoot it.
Right. Hey.
Wherever you get the ball, just shoot that thing. Well, Booby will be back with us next week. We hope you guys are also back with us. But today we're going to talk about that long homestand. Every other day, the Cavs will play for 12 days here at home. And I don't know how that applies to comparing Sam to being on the road for that long, to being at home for that long. I know, these guys have families. I know these guys have other duties. So when you're home, that kind of, it helps to get your mind out of that game. But at the same time, I don't know how that works logistically. But the Raptors always won, and they're going to start the homestand tonight.
Yeah, and when you're playing at home, I this many games in a row, everybody thinks you're going to go undefeated. But it's the fact that the Cavs, through the first 12 games, won 8 of them. When you factor in all the injuries, Donovan Mitchell sitting out twice, and last time against Toronto.
When that time it was for injury, it wasn't just rest.
Right? Yeah, there's things that are bugging him, but I think when you factor all that in, and the Cavs are 8-4, and as we sit here today, Detroit's won 8 in a row.
Yeah.
And their last loss was to the Cavs. So what I'm trying to say is the Cavs are in a very good position. They haven't been the talk of the Eastern Conference yet. There they are.
Yet they beaten Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Detroit.
All these supposed challengers, right? So I think that, 6 games in a row at home, that's great. But like you said, Ralph, they're playing every other day. That's a little bit of a, you've got to stay mentally ready. You don't get one of these 2-day breaks. I see Oklahoma City has 3 days off now. So it's still a challenge, even though all these games are at home.
The Cavs will be home till they travel again on the 23rd or the 24th. They go on the road after the game against the Clippers. But, speaking of the high-scoring offense, the Cavs are averaging 122.9 points per game, second most in the East, despite missing Garland for most of the season. So is this year's offense better than last year, or is this something that the waters might level? What's your take on what you've seen offensively for this team with all the names we just mentioned that have to play minutes, like Tyson, like CPJ, who's probably going to get a little more action, and we'll talk about it later, but Lonzo doesn't play consecutive games. And the absence of Garland, he played last night. So
Right. I think that I've said this, after game 3 or 4, it's clear that they're not going to have any trouble scoring again this year. I mean, they didn't have Garland, and they were still putting up a lot of points. They just have so many weapons. Now we're seeing they already had, Mitchell, Mobley, Garland when he's healthy. Now Jared Allen scores 30. Jalen Tyson's offense this year has been fantastic. Now we're seeing guys, and Sam Merrill, for 90% of the time has become a bigger offensive threat than last year. So while still doing all the intangibles, you got to remember Max Strus is going to be back at some point, DeAndre Hunter. They just have so many guys who are capable of 20-plus point nights. The scoring is not going to be an issue. Kenny Atkinson's offense, obviously still getting people in positions to score the way they move the basketball. So that's never going to be a problem for them putting up points.
We're still a team, though, that we need to concentrate in playing our defensive game as well.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing.
We're not that the Phoenix Suns or
Suns or the you've got to, their issue that we've been talking about in the first 12 games is rebounding. They've got to do a better job at rebounding. That's been a point of emphasis, and that's what this part of the season is for. You focus on the stuff, or you remember the stuff you're doing well, but you really put an emphasis on the stuff that you need to work on. And rebounding's a big thing. I heard our guy Brad Sellers the other night on the radio say, defense doesn't end when the shot goes up. You've got to go crash a glass. So that's a point of emphasis for them. They know they need to do a better job rebounding, and probably defending the perimeter a little bit better. Those are things they're working on, but offensively, it's never going to be an
Was
issue.
Brad Sellers doing one of those like Torian Prince impersonation when he was with Baylor? Remember they lost to like
Yes.
Princeton? Who did they lose to? Princeton or somebody?
Yeah.
And the reporter says, so how did Princeton out-rebound Baylor? And Torian Prince goes like, well, you know, when they take a shot and you get the ball,
that's a rebound.
So they got more of those.
Yes, they got more of those. So, what's funny is Torian Prince, wonderful guy, saw him last year now with the Bucks. Of course, he had a cup of coffee with the Cavs, right? Yeah. Well, last year I walked past him. He was coming out of the Milwaukee Bucks locker room, and he walks right past me, and he says, "Excuse me, sir, is the court this way?"
Oh, my God.
And I was like, yeah, just go up there and take a right. And I thought, he used to play here. He doesn't know how to get.
They never used that tunnel, though.
You know what? He didn't. In his defense, they didn't use that tunnel, and I think it was like the third game in 4 nights for them. So you're kind of wondering where you are. But wonderful guy.
Yeah, when I was doing boxing, I had to spend like 3 weeks in Las Vegas. But it was like different hotels.
Yeah.
I had to stay at the MGM 1 week. Then I had a concert in the Mandalay, and then go back to the MGM. And by the third time I woke up, and I literally have to like wake up and look at the curtains and kind of like guess
where am I? Yeah.
So I can see how that can happen too.
That's probably not the only time you woke up in Vegas wondering where you were.
Oh no, but you can't tell those stories in this podcast. That's for another audience. But the question I have here for you is this team capable of winning ugly games? A lot of people are just the way, there's another team that plays by the lake that that type of fan base spills over to the Gateway Plaza.
Yeah.
And this is an 82-game season. That's been I don't know how many decades of misery, but my point is
3.
One game. Yes, there were mistakes defensively or just doing your part of the play, but those things happen. But this team is capable of winning, and not only that, we're capable of coming back and winning games.
Yeah, well, that's when you have when you have the type of firepower that you have at the Cavaliers, then you can overcome deficits. I think that they are capable of winning, these grind out, ugly type of games, particularly when they have all their pieces, because they do have grinded out type of guys. We always mention the stars, but guys like Jalen Tyson, Craig Porter Jr., we've seen Jared Allen. I would kind of call that kind of guy who, when you can defend the rim as well as the Cavs do with Allen and Mobley, and even DeAndre Hunter a little bit, and as we saw, Craig Porter Jr., those things can change the course of a game. Yeah. So, they're certainly capable of winning in any fashion.
Those type of plays that TPJ does not only help you get better and get the energy up, but it also breaks the back of the other team when you think you have 2 points in the basket. We're going to take a break, and I tried to get ahead a little bit of the program, but I promise you next time when we come back, we're going to look at what's coming up for the Cavs starting tonight against the Raptors on Full Court Cleveland. Here we are on Full Court Cleveland on the Big Play Sports Network studios. Boobie-less Full Court Cleveland. Boobie is on assignment. Sam and Rafa with you, and Ryan on the other side of the lens. And here we take a look at what's left, because we're already assuming that you're going to be watching this when the Raptors game has concluded or is in the process of concluding. So we're going to start with the Saturday game when the Memphis Grizzlies will be the second of 6 teams making a trip in this road trip to Rocket Arena. And Memphis has had 6 different leading scorers in 13 games. Is this a dangerous team because of that? Or is this a team that doesn't have quite an identity yet with the new coach and with all the issues they've been having internally?
Yeah, that I would say it's the latter. They've got a little bit of an identity issue. They've had already, suspended Ja Morant for a game. It seems to me that this coach is running kind of hockey substitutions where he's bringing in 5 guys at a time and
Dean Smith style?
Yeah, and the players have not been, it seems, favorable of that, kind of makes it hard. I think that they're coming out and saying makes it hard to get into a rhythm, or you got a flow going, and all of a sudden, because you're having
everything.
You change everything. So I don't know if that's sustainable. way of coaching in the NBA. You know, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe you need to give it time. But they've got Ja Morant. They've got Jaren Jackson Jr. They've got weapons. You know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, while not an offensive weapon, is a very good defender. This is a team that has the talent and capability of turning it around.
Yeah.
So if you're the Cavs, you just don't want it to be against you. You know, a win in Cleveland for Memphis is the type of game where it's like, we're going to build on this. So, you know, even though they're struggling, the Grizzlies, they're very dangerous because they have that type of talent in Morant, Jaren Jackson, and some of these other guys.
Jaren Jackson has led the team 5 times in scoring. Ja Morant 3, Coward 2, Wells, Spencer, and Santi Aldama once each. And I think as much as I hate the early 20-point leads in the NBA because they're rarely sustainable, this is the type of team that you got to go at them early and get them doubting and get them probably having the issues, whatever that's been keeping them from being the team that they could be. And you know, the fact that Ja Morant has not been the leading in score tells you a lot.
Yeah, well, they can crack easily by, you know, as far as the small sample size we've seen this season.
And my point for just going at
it. Go at them, get that 15-point lead, and it's probably over at that point.
On Monday, Giannis Antetokounmpo will walk into Rocket Arena, emphasis on walking, and he leads the NBA with 33.4 points per game. He scored 40 on us a few weeks ago, averaging 3.5 steps per drive. How can the Cavs slow him down this time around?
I don't know that you do really slow him down as much as you try to make him work for what he's getting. Giannis is going to get his. There's you know, I mean, we've seen that over and over, but this is a situation where you try to control the other guys, the Miles Turners of the world, and keep them from going off. Is it AJ Green, who's had some big games against the Cavs, the shooting guard? So these are the type of games that you try to contain them. You know, Milwaukee, as we sit here today, lost last night to the Hornets without Giannis, but you know, guys like Kyle Kuzma coming off the bench now. Portis had a nice game. So, and Cole Anthony comes off their bench. So I mean, even if you let Giannis, you don't let him, but he's going to get his 30 and 20.
Can't let everybody, can somebody else beat.
And you got to keep anybody else from going nuts.
And opinions are like a couple of other things. In you know, everybody has one. And I used to have a show that the slogan was "Everybody's entitled to my opinion." I'm a fair guy. Question for you: you saw that video I'm talking about. When everybody always said, "Oh my God!" Giannis took the ball from half court, took one step, and got put in the basket. Was it walking or not? Because everybody has an opinion, and I've heard some like it's not a gather, it's a gather. Like, can you legally walk from 6-7 steps without putting the ball on the floor?
No,
without officially gathering the ball.
That play particularly, I thought, was a travel. You have to put the ball down at least twice. And he's got super long strides, don't get me wrong, but no.
He didn't dribble again.
No, you have to.
That's the thing. He put the ball in his hand. Because I saw even you know, Channing and RJ were talking about on their podcast how, you know, RJ was saying it's not a gather because the ball his hand was under the ball.
Come
on, he took 7 steps without dribbling
too many
the ball.
steps. I said this when I saw the clip that those officials in that game were auditioning for a role in 3 Blind Mice. So that's what it looked like to me.
Well, we go over, and I wish Booby was here because I think Booby pays the producer to make me want to have to say these things. The Rockets. This was a good Rockets team last year. How much better are they with Kevin Durant? Come on, Booby paid for me to say this.
How much better are they with Kevin Durant?
Ask the Raptors, ask the Nets and Phoenix, and Durant's are right there.
Right.
How do you like the Rockets? They lost some pieces on that Durant trade.
They lost Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, who's now out for a while in Phoenix, but. You know, Fred VanVleet, that hurt them with Fred VanVleet going down for the year. Whenever you lose your starting point guard, and they've tried to run Thompson in that in that spot.
Yeah.
And he's done okay. But look, Durant's going to score. That's where he is right now. He's almost like a volume scorer. I will say this about Kevin Durant, and Booby would love to hear this. Everything I've heard about him is he is a fantastic teammate. He really is. Now, people may think, oh, well, he keeps switching teams. But when he's with a team, he is always, building up the other guys, trusting in them. For a superstar, sometimes that's hard to do, is trust your other guys. So I think that he could play the role of the connector there in some sense, and obviously the scorer. But does he put Houston over the top? I don't know. I think that remains to be seen. To me, they look like the same group as last year, almost like, yeah, they're really good, but are they championship level? Probably not.
And like I said, very athletic and everything, but in the playoffs, the game slows down.
Yes.
And I don't know if that thing is built for that. But Durant succeeds in the slow play game too as well.
Right. He gives you that element where you can have success in the kind of half court grind
if
it out.
If you slow down the game, he'll kill you in the half court. If you run up and down at 37 years old, he could be able to run up and down, a couple of times per quarter. So, hey, we'll see what happens this week with the Cavs. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's time for the power ranking here in Full Court Cleveland.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Full Court Cleveland on the Big Play Sports. What is it called? Big Play Sports Studios in Lakefront Burke.
You're close. You're very close.
Burke Lakefront Airport.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
You said it right on the fourth try.
Booby is on assignment. Sam and Rafa with you here on in the middle of the week, where we try to look at the power ranking. And the power ranking is always brought to you by our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just two flavors, classic light lager and lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just flavor beer. Find local retailers who sell Garage Beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com. And the Cavs did a reveal last week, or early this week, of the City Edition kit, which I think is one of the best so far, not only because it continues to be in partnership with the Metro Parks, and it continues to put on display, and so everybody can see the beautiful things that this city of Cleveland has to offer. And this year's City Edition is in honor of the sunsets here in Cleveland. I think Cleveland possesses some of the most beautiful sunsets in terms of colors. And, in the summer, they're a little more beautiful because you can stand out there and watch the sun go down. Right now, it might be a little more difficult. But today, Sam, we are power ranking the Cavs City Edition jerseys over the years. And just so everybody knows, 2017 and 18 was the first time that the NBA came out with the City Edition kit. Yeah. It was the day that the year that Nike took over.
Right.
So we have had 8 or 9 with this one.
Yeah. So
you remember them all? It was the one that looked like concrete for the traffic guardians. It said the land.
I don't remember that one.
The land was just like...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then we had the orange and blue.
I didn't like that one.
And then I love the one with the feathered CLE logo.
Yes, I like that one.
And we have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I like that one.
We have the Metro Parks with the earth and on land, with the white kind of color. And
yeah, I was okay with that
then
one.
we had the...
Not my favorite.
We have the one with the theater. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That one was really cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then the blue from last year.
The light blue?
Yeah.
And this year's the orange. Obviously.
Like the sunset color.
Orange is my favorite color. So,
is it?
Yeah. I like this one probably the best.
Okay.
Light blue was my high school colors, like when I was running around as a nerd. Well, it's Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy, down near Cuyahoga Falls, Stowe area. and they're like royal blue. But when I was playing in my belt buckles, the belt buckle shorts,
Where do
we
you
had
put
a
the
light
chisel
blue.
and granite when you were playing?
Right. I carried it along. I was writing as I dribbled. But yeah,
Well,
so
before
those
you
would
go,
be
I
my
missed
top two.
one. I missed the one with the old Cavalier.
You got the picture there?
With the
Let's
original
see.
Cavalier logo, the one on the left on the second row.
Oh, I like the one with the Cavalier logo, probably
With
the
the
best.
guy with the hat and
Yes. The what is that guy called? Swashbuckler? I don't know. Isn't that what they call him? A swashbuckler? Now he's Sir Cece.
Sir Cece got a facelift too, by the way. Do you see that?
Yeah, I noticed. Looks good.
He looks like the guy in Shrek. Like the
You and Sir Cece are at odds. They've been at
He
odds for
looks like
some
the prince
time.
on Shrek.
I'll make sure to tell him that. But I would say my favorites are probably the ones that showed like the original uniforms from or close to original from the campy Russell Austin Carr days.
Yeah.
And now this new one that's orange I really like.
The orange was really cool, and I like it because my wife likes the sunset. So everywhere we go, I always take her to watch the sunset.
Really?
And all that. So
I'm fine with sunset. It's sunrise that I struggle seeing
it's
because
hard to
I'm
be
never
up for the
awake.
sunrise, though.
Yeah, I'm never
And
awake.
that's why the sunset is cool.
Sometimes I'm going to bed at sunrise.
I used to like sunrises until I just couldn't have a drink at sunrise. So it's like,
Who says? Who told you
old, man.
that?
I'm getting old. I used to
Oh,
do
yeah.
sunrise all the
I
time.
don't-
So it's like,
right.
It was good to sit there with a beer, with a garage beer, just watching
The sunset.
the sunrise.
Oh,
But I was young.
Yeah,
I could
no.
do things. I could do powerful things.
Yeah, now
I have a beer at 6 a.m. I'm in trouble.
Oh yeah, that my not only day is shot. If that were the case, my whole week.
But I like the City Edition with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that had the different types of logos, like the rock
Still
and
got
roll
it up there?
albums and like everything changed.
As you can tell, I'm well prepared for the show today.
Is that one the one with the on the left, on the right, on the top row?
Oh yeah.
It had
That's
the
cool.
shorts where it had like LPs,
Yeah.
like poster looking things.
Yeah, I do like that.
And I like the theater one because
You've
it
said
kind of
you've-
looked like a Christmas.
You said you
jersey.
like all 8. You didn't rank
No,
them.
I don't like the first one.
I don't like that one either. I think that was
If I
kind
have
of
to
like,
pick
hey, we
three-
got.
If I have to pick 3, I will pick this year's
Yeah.
City Edition jersey. I will pick the CLE with the feather
Yep.
script,
Yep.
and then the land with the theater
Okay.
homage.
Okay.
I don't know,
We're aligned.
but I gotta tell you something. Having the chance to go around the NBA, there's some City Editions that are not really that attractive.
No, there's some that are terrible.
That don't tell you much about the city. At least this
Right.
one really tells you about
Cleveland, right. Yeah, no, there are some, and I can't think of them, but it seems like the Lakers always have lame City Edition uniforms
Miami
that
too.
say nothing about the city. So
Miami never got over Miami Vice. And
No.
I can say that because I'm a Miami resident, a former Miami resident. And it's like they never got over the Miami Vice thing.
no,
Every
they
year
they
it's the
break
same
it out
thing.
every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
And then
It's-
they had that thing where the uniform was like the color. It looked like somebody writing a ransom letter, put the numbers on the.
yes.
On the
Yeah.
And I hated them broadcasting the games from there because first of all we were enclosed, and
Yeah.
like if you had a 2 number, like each number was a different color.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like Chicago had one that was gray with gray numbers, and in Chicago I sit in the
You
in the
can't
hockey
see it
booth.
when you're calling
they
the
just look
game.
like plain jerseys to me in
Yeah.
up top.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't. The Nike doesn't sit there and say, "Let's do a number that Rafa will be able to see from." his
They
book."
should. They should. They need a Rafa guy at Nike. Just like you need
Are
to
we
sing
taking
the
a break?
national anthem.
Yes, let's go to
Thank
break.
God.
When we come back, we're gonna go around the NBA. I got some. I'm so sad Booby's not here because I had some beef to pick with him. But well, I'm gonna pick it with Sam when we come back on Full Court Cleveland.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Continue with you guys in Full Court Cleveland. Our producer Ryan had come out with this I don't know if the new music for Full Court Cleveland is like suspense or thriller or
Yeah, it's
like
kind of suspenseful.
dun.
Like
I
we're
kind of don't. I'm not buying it yet because it sounds too much like Star Wars.
A little bit, yeah.
And I'm not a fan of Star
Well, we
Wars.
just lost that music account.
Yeah? Yeah.
Next week, Ryan's going to have to play the drums.
Let's go around the NBA. And the top news is finally the NBA is listening to me. I've been saying this for years. And even though they didn't listen to me fully, they did change the format
Yeah.
of the NBA for the NBA All-Star game. And this year it will be the USA versus the world. I don't like that they're going to be two USA teams
I don't either.
and one world team. Yeah. And I don't like the fact that the NBA continues changing the product. It's like a 12-minute games, round robin set.
Yeah.
Although, I guess it's kind of like what you play in the playground, like tournaments or whatever. But I would like to see a full game. But it's 3 teams of 8, 2 teams with American players, and 1 team of international players.
Why is there 2 teams of American
That's
players?
That's what I mean. I don't know. I think you can. I brought the list here, and I think you can make 2 teams of international players
without question.
So if there aren't enough American or international players selected, Adam Silver would add extra players to whichever roster needs. I'm telling you, the commissioner won't have a problem won't need to add any international players. So if only 7 international players get a vote, Adam Silver would pick an international player to join the team, and then the players will be selected without any positional requirement. Again, we're changing the.
Yeah.
We could then, and piggybacking off the popularity of hockey's 4-nation format. So the NBA this year started with a record 135 international players in the rosters on opening day. And to tell you the truth, when I say I'm not, the commissioner won't have any problems, won't have to pick any extra one.
Right.
Aside from the fact that 4 international players have won the last 7 NBA MVPs, let me give you some names. They lack a little bit of extra players on the guard position, but they do have some powerful players in that position. So I have here, just doing the thing, Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to include like Kyrie Irving or Ben Simmons that could play for the
because
born in Australia. And they
Ben Simmons isn't even in the NBA.
I'm going to do the FIFA rules. They already play for Team USA, so they can play again. Right. They can just keep switching both.
Yeah.
So no Kyrie Irving. Buddy Hield from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam.
For sure.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray.
Well, Joel Embiid, didn't he play for Team USA?
Did he?
I think so, last summer.
Okay, so we'll scratch him. We have plenty of room.
He would be hurt anyway.
In the center position. Jamal Murray, Andrew Wiggins.
Jamal Murray, where's he from? Canada? That's right.
Lugan Dort.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Imagine how many. If he goes to the free throw line, it's 5 times in the All-Star game, I'm quitting. Jonathan Kuminga.
Yes. Right.
Larry Markkanen, who's having having a good year.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama.
Without doubt.
Franz Wagner. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's
We're
not bad.
inviting his brother.
Not bad.
Huh?
I said he's not bad.
Yeah. Rui Hachimura, Kristaps Porzingis, Domantas Sabonis,
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Clint Capella, Alperen Sengun, and OG Anunoby. You can't get 8 All-Stars from there?
Oh, they'll get, right now you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that I'm
Luka.
off the top of my head. Luka, there's your guards.
Giannis
and Jokic in the front court. And who am I missing? Sabonis.
Center.
A center. You could have Sabonis. Well, you could
Capella,
have Jokic.
Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. Yeah, that's good. That's
And then you have 3 more guys. Three more guys
those
for
are
bench.
like
Pick
5 of the top 7
Pick
players
Jamal
in the
Murray. You
NBA.
picked already, right? You can Josh Giddey as a backup point guard.
Oh, you'll have no problem filling that team. Yeah.
Right? They're real
Siakam
All-Stars.
coming off
It's
the
not like they're
bench.
going to make it to the All-Star game because there is a
No, those
team.
guys are at least 7 of the international players are real All-Stars.
Yeah, I had something here. There's some of them that have been all 71 Europeans, including record 79 players, 19 players from the UK.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of them have been included here. And the Hawks at the record time 10 international players in their roster.
They do?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And the only guy I really know is Trae Young. I mean, that's not the only guy I really know, but it's like
but they have
he's American.
Okongwu.
Oh, yeah.
They have Daniel.
Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet. So there's like a lot of guys, and it's a lot of players.
Yeah.
that could be there. So let's move subjects and change subjects, and something that we have not expected, but kind of thought it was coming. The Mavericks fired Nico Harrison less than a year after his infamous look at
It was a year too late.
Is that still going to be something that's going to be haunting the franchise, you think, or something that probably will keep him from getting a job, or it's something? Would you like to find out the actual reason why he did that?
Yeah. Yes to all that. I think it's going to haunt that franchise for a little while. Talk now all of a sudden is they're looking to work with Rich Paul's camp to look for a trade for Anthony Davis, and I think that they realize they blew that, right? And nothing against Anthony Davis, he can't stay on the floor. He has not been able to stay on the court.
Something we all knew.
You knew that when you made the trade. So when he's out there, he's dynamic, but you get him for 5 games, and then he misses 12. So they're going to try to move him. You're probably going to have to sell low. You're not going to get much for Anthony Davis. You're going to try and build around Cooper Flagg. I don't know who else on that roster. This Brandon Williams kid looks pretty good for them that came out of nowhere. Yeah. So I mean, you've got to start looking to move pieces.
Aside from what's the guy you
Cooper Flagg
on the trade? No, you mentioned on the trade from the Lakers, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
They got pieces that people in the trade deadline would probably be interested, like Gafford, for example. He could have the impact on any team, the impact he had with Dallas when he showed up there. And the other kid that came from Charlotte, P.J. Washington.
Those guys, you don't have to trade everybody. Those guys are potential pieces that you did get at the trade deadline a year and a half ago. So those are the kind of guys you want to build around, and you've got to really kind of start over. There, look. Cooper Flagg's been in the league, 4 weeks, and he's already had 3 general managers because they've hired a co-GM now. So you've got to get stable there in terms of your front office. And Michael Finley is very well respected. So is the other guy, Matt Riccardi. You're going to have to pick one. This co-GM. This is the problem a lot of times with new owners. You look at the guy in Phoenix last year, Matt Ishbia.
Well,
they struggled.
Once, though.
Yeah, he had some bad moves in there. Didn't really know what he was doing and kind of got too involved. Patrick Dumont, I think he's a little bit behind this Luka trade as well. Mm-hmm. He saw what they were going to have to pay Luka, so he kind of spun it as, he's out of shape. Find a trade for this guy. Probably told Nico Harrison, and now he's made Nico Harrison the fall guy. So there's a lot to work on there. And they're going to have a lot of. I think they're going to have to. It's going to get worse before it gets better in Dallas.
What's his name? See this coming, and that's why he got rid of the majority ownership.
Cuban.
Yeah.
No, I think Mark Cuban was just ready to move on. He has a voice again, but it doesn't know. As no longer the majority owner and now the minority owner. You don't know how much Dumont, the majority owner, is going to listen to him.
Well, we'll take a break and we go off the court when we come back here on Full Court Cleveland. Welcome back to Full Court Cleveland. Down the stretch we come. We don't have much time to this, but they have some topics here that are kind of. We can't spend only a minute here. Clase Ortiz finally indicted and facing up to 65 years, even though Clase is saying that he only bet on rooster, on cockfights than anything else. And Donald Trump commentating the Lions Commanders game. Did you catch any of that?
I did. I caught a little bit of when he was. I had the game on in the background, and then I saw he was on.
When was this?
Sunday night, I guess. Was it Sunday night? Sunday night. Yeah.
Way past my bedtime.
Oh no, I'm just getting going then.
But I saw him. Should I worry about my job?
He's the only president that's been to a Super Bowl.
No, I've been him calling games, and should I worry about my job?
I think your job is safe. I think, and look, I wouldn't want to be thrown into that position either. So this isn't a criticism or a praise.
No. We're talking about.
He went into the. He was kind of like, they give the ball to that guy, and that guy runs 2 yards. I was like, well. other than not knowing who any of these players are, he did okay.
Hey,
So.
at least you tried, right? Hey,
Not everybody can be you, Ralph.
We tried as well to do this without Bowie. We had no shooting percentage to speak for today. But when we come back next week, we're going to try to be on a full squad. I promise you it won't be me being on load management. See you next week on Full Court Cleveland.